For our warm-up, we are bringing back foam rolling together as a group. So we're going to start with that upper back. You can support your head if you would like. We're going from about the bottom of the rib cage all the way up to those shoulders. Hips are elevated. Rolling maybe 5 or so passes through that back. Next, we're going to come up and sit on our foam roller. One hand goes back, leaning over. If your hips have the mobility, you can grab that foot and lift it up, creating a little more pressure. And of course, we're going to do both sides, 5 or so passes per side, leaning over, crisscross, giving those hips some blood flow. Next, we're going to come into the quad. I like to go one leg at a time, up to the top of that hip, right to the knee, just before you get to that knee. Plank position to help crawl you up and down. While we're here, let's shift to the side of the leg. This one can be a bit uncomfortable. Then we switch to the other quad. Other legs out in a frog type position. You can always do both quads at the same time if this is too uncomfortable. And then while we're here, we're shifting. Again, this can be pretty uncomfortable. So using that top leg to take some of the pressure off. And then we're shifting to those calves. Elevating your hips, trying to get different angles, inside, outside, middle. And we're getting both sides. Maybe find the spot that's a little more tender and you can hang out there. Once we've gotten some blood flow with the foam roller, we're going to use our foam roller for our first stretch, which is one of my favorites, the open book. So you're going to take your top leg, rest it on your roller, knee and hip are in line, anchoring down that lower body. Inhale, exhale, follow your fingers with your eyes. Taking your time, pause in that stretch over there. Of course, we're going to switch sides. Lining up. Anchoring down, rotating through that upper back. Take your time, pause over there for a second or so, and repeat. Next, we're coming onto all fours. Rollers outstretched. Hands are coming to the roller. Keeping the hips where they are. Reaching that upper body long. And coming tall. Anchor those toes down for some stability. Letting your head hang through your arms. Getting a good lat stretch. Exhale. Pause down there. Last one. Next, we're going to come to a half kneeling position, making sure this front heel is staying glued. Moving through the hips and keeping the chest tall. Rock as far forward as you can keep that heel down. We don't want it to pop off. and then shift back. There's a lot of stability involved in this, so it might take a few times to figure out how to keep your body balanced. Shift forward. Chest stays up, hips go back. Toes come up, hamstring stretch. And we're switching sides. So half kneeling. The movement's coming from those hips as we shift forward. And then hips shift back. So not from the chest, but from the hips. Heel stays glued. Toes come up. If the hamstrings allow. Easy does it as we warm everything up. Slow. Find some range of motion. Next, we are coming to standing. We're going to use our foam roller. You're going to have the long ones. I'm going to show you with a band instead so that you can see the length. We're going to have one hand at our upper back or neck, one hand at our lower back. Feet hip distance apart, we are going to hinge. So we're going to practice that hinging pattern in the warm-up every day, maintaining contact with the head and the lower back. Pressing those hips out, feel it, and stand. So again, that's going to be done with the longer foam roller. Next, you can use the roller or not. I'm going to hug mine. We're going to go reverse lunges. And if you're ready and you feel comfortable, we can add a rotation over the forward leg. If you feel ready. Lead with your chest. Maybe one more per side here. And then last but not least, we're going to go single leg reach progression. So as we're familiar with, maybe we come to a water bottle. Let's try 3 on each side. The progression being to reach across the body. So you want to anchor down and then rotate from that torso. As you can see, it's a toughie. Rotate and up. So we're here, and up. Hinge, rotate, neutral.